Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sammy and Frenzy here, and today I'm just gonna show you guys how I trim and care for these lovely and wonderful petunias. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and click the notification bell down below. So let's get started. So what are petunias? Petunias are a lovely perennial that blooms all season, and it comes in multiple varieties. In fact, there is a lot of different kinds of patterns on the flowers and a lot of colors. So these are just a few kinds that I have and I own. So they are some lovely perennials that you could get almost everywhere, and it's just very simple to care for them. You just got to know the simples and basics on how to grow these lovely blooming petunias. So yeah, let's just get into it on how to care and trim these lovely plants. So let's go. Alright, so let's just start by showing you how to get more blooms in your petunias. So in order to get more blooms in petunias, you must prevent it from creating seed pods. So let me just find a bloom that is a spent bloom, because you got to take that off. Is this one? No, that's not a spent bloom. Okay. Here we go. Exhibit A. So here is a spent bloom right here. This here is a spent bloom. So this is how it looks like. And what you want to do is you make sure you do not just remove the flower itself, basically like just disconnecting the flower itself, but you must get the stem of the flower as well that is connected to the main stem of the plant. So get your cutters. I got these small ones to do this. So I just gotta take it and just snip that part off. Okay, you must make sure, you must make sure you get every part off from the bloom. You cannot just leave them, let's say, this flower here. This is another spent bloom, so you cannot just leave them like this, just removing the flower and the green part is still connected, because basically the plant is still going to generate the seed pods, and you do not want that to happen. So you just want to get your snippers and just cut them off as well, and just dispose them, because you can't do anything unless your plant is already seeded, like let's say this one right here. So this is how a fully developed seed pod looks like. There we go. This is how a fully developed seed pod looks like. So basically this is already opened up. So yeah. So I'm just gonna do that real quick by just trimming out and taking out all the spent blooms. And I will show you how to trim next. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so now we have cleared all the spent blooms. So it looks so much fresher without those ugly, dead, dying blooms. So what I'm going to show you now is how I'm going to trim the petunias and how much you gotta trim, depending on the situation and everything. So let's get into this. Alright, so how are you going to trim your petunias? So let's say your petunias are growing super long, super leggy, and it doesn't look pleasant no more. So what you want to do is just very simple. You just get your little cutters here. So I have them right here. So this branch is still nice. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cut out the branch which are still good and green. So I'm going to chop those and trim those that are leggy and bald with a whole stick of emptiness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my cutter and cut all the way back till you see the node of the new plantlet that is growing on the side. So I'm just going to do right here and snip. Like so. So all these I could propagate them because they're still green on the top and fresh on the top. So I'm going to get a angle. So I'm going to put it close right here. So just cut a angle on the plant itself, the stem. So it's a sharp angle right there. So I'm just going to put it in a jug of water. Just like so. I got a little pot of water here already. So I'm just going to put it in here and let it soak for now. So later we're going to deal with this. So I'm just going to do a quick time lapse right here, and I'm going to cut all these back except for the ones that are still blooming nice and healthy. So I'm just going to start chopping them from here. So let's do this. So while you're pruning and trimming your petunias, it is also the good timing where you could cut off the dead branches. So for example, here I have a dead branch. So I'm just going to cut the entire branch off. See, it is actually loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the part where it's loose and go 1, 2. So this is a dying branch, so this is not gonna come back. So I'm gonna dispose this in the trash. So same goes with others. We just gotta make sure they are still intact. So let's see. Here we go. See, this is too short to be able to propagate, in my opinion, because it's too skinny. It is not healthy, and the stem is starting to dry up here. So I'm gonna cut that part and propagate it. So yeah, we just gotta make sure it looks top notch. See, we don't want to leg this. So we want to take this, snip it over there, cut it back. So this stand here is still colorful. I'm not going to cut that. This is an empty stem. So I'm just gonna dispose that. Leggy this, cut down. And it's also the good timing for you to clear out the dry leaves and just make sure they look good. Just to full maintain it in shape and intact. So I'm just gonna start checking around. And yeah, let's just get back into the time lapse. So, yep. So this is the aftermath of trimming the beautiful petunias, giving them a good haircut. Look at them, looking fresh and new. So what I'm going to do with all of these extra stems is I'm going to propagate them, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So let's get started. Alright, so we are back from trimming the petunias, and we have all of the cuttings, well, mounds of cuttings over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start propagating them. So how do I do that is basically I'm just going to chop off the blooms. Every single one of the blooms, I'm just going to dispose them. Because you want the stem itself to focus on growing roots, so not growing blooms, because you do not want it to waste energy on the blooms, and it will not become lovely plants. So I'm just gonna do this. See, just stick it in there. These blooms, chop it off, just like so. And I'm just gonna do it with the others. So. And another tip is when you have a full stem like this right here, you want to take off as much bottom leaves as possible, because you do not want to soak it in the water where it's going to rot the plant and the leaves. So what you want to do is, I'm just going to get a very simple way. I'm just going to use my fingers, grip on the leaves, just pull. There we go. Bare stem. So these will be in here. So it will stay upright, and also the leaves will be in the water. So same goes with this. Let me just give you another example. We'll give it a good 1, 2. Just empty out the stems like so. A little bit more, just like so. And we want the blooms to be off. So I'll do that, and I'll give you guys the full result. So I'm going to start like this, and let's just hop into the time lapse. Doing now is I'm just clearing out the dry leaves right here. So just clear out all of these dry leaves. Okay. On the stem, just clear it off. And we're just gonna set this in here. So get your big bouquet of leaves. Stick it in on the back. Anywhere you want. So, same goes with this one here, and all these. Alright, so what we're going to do, clear out all of the leaves that are dried and crispy. You do not want any crunchy leaves in your propagation, because it's not going to help. It doesn't benefit from anything, so might as well just remove it, and you have a lovely bush of leaves. Now I get more success from for propagation when you propagate longer and more green leaf stems, because they're more healthier and they can absorb more photosynthesis, and they can process more photosynthesis for themselves and start sprouting its roots. So I'm just going to do the same. Clear out the base, clear out the leaves. We don't want them. Pop them in here. Like so. And I'm just going to throw stems that are shorter like this away, because it is not helpful. Like, it doesn't grow anymore. Unless it has a thicker stem and a more healthier leaf system, then I will do a short stem propagation on dirt, not in water. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm just gonna get the leaves and flowers. Just strip them off. Dry ones, just take them off, like so. Just like so. Clear them off. Get them to look very neat. You could also trim some of the stems because you do not want it to interrupt or interfere with the growth. So you could just trim some of those skinny and dried stems off as well. So very simple, just like so. Absolutely lovely. So we're just gonna get this, stick it in here. And this is the last stem, so we're just gonna take this and we're gonna trim off the dead and dry branches. So do the same thing. Remove the dry leaves off from the side. Those small stems, take it away because we don't want them. Blooms, chop them off. Just like so. See, I accidentally broke a stem, so this stem could be propagated as well. So I'm just gonna take this, pull it down, and we got a bare stem. So we're just gonna stick this in here. Okay, I'm just gonna take some smaller cuttings and just tuck it in. And here's the last stem. So yeah, so don't worry if it's looking a bit dead right now because it's all drooping, and especially if you just trim and cut your plants, it's just gonna do that. So just let it be. It will automatically get back into itself and yeah, start taking root, and you have lovely and healthy petunias. So yeah.
Side note tip, this process is just temporarily and you will need to put and plant them in the soil. The water method is just to help to prevent the cuttings to dry out and stay fresh, so you would not have to deal with drying out and dying cuttings. So there will be a part 2 for this, so if you guys want to check out, I'll post it soon. And yeah, let's just get back into the video and hope you guys enjoy it.
So yeah, here is the final arrangement. These are all of the cuttings that we have from all of these beautiful petunias that we trimmed recently. So yeah, so here it is, all potted up. Well, not really potted up, these are all water propagations. So I'm just gonna put it in a jar of water right here with stones in the bottom. We could put liquid fertilizer as best. So yeah, here it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and click the notification bell down below. So see you guys next time. Bye.